Well, good morning. This morning's devotional is taken from Daniel chapter 2, where verse 24. Therefore Daniel went into Arioch, whom the king had appointed to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said to them, "Do not destroy the wise men of Babylon. Bring me in before the king, and I will show the king the interpretation." Daniel's been with God. He has the interpretation. What confidence he speaks out of. In Daniel's time, the magicians, the enchanters, the diviners, they all promised that through their religion, through their gods, through their powers, they'd be able to predict the future. They had the secrets to the universe and to life, and they could provide power. But Nebuchadnezzar was skeptical of their claims. And ultimately his test proves that their claims were empty, that they were a sham, that the Babylonian gods were not the powerful predictors of the future that these men claimed them to be. In the same way, we're surrounded by all kinds of modern religions and philosophies that promise a better life through enlightenment, through spiritual searching, New Age meditation, all kinds of philosophies that are promised to better ourselves and get ourselves to ascend into a greater place of life. And anything that ultimately promises these kinds of things, but isn't centered in Jesus, is like those diviners and enchanters' claims. It's empty. It's a sham. Daniel comes to this moment where he sings the song of praise and he declares there's only one who knows the future, who holds the future, who defines the future. And his name is Yahweh. And he is the source of wisdom for all of us. When Jesus came, there was a demonstration of power. When he burst onto the scene, when he started his ministry, demons would shriek and leave people. Lepers' skin was cleansed. The blind began to see, and the lame jumped up and danced. There was evident power around when Jesus came. And not only that, but his teachings were full of wisdom, teaching us how to love God and love one another. But they were centered in him. He made this outrageous claim, "I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." And Jesus pointed us to himself as the source of all of life, as the secret to all of God's purposes, as the secret to our lives. Nebuchadnezzar, with all his resources, with his splendor and his armies and his empire, he couldn't see the future. He was powerless. When these dreams came, he couldn't understand them, he couldn't interpret them, he couldn't act on them. Nebuchadnezzar couldn't even define what would happen tomorrow. With all his resources, what about us? We might be more anxious and insecure than even him. We don't have armies and empires. But Jesus said, you don't need all of that. Nebuchadnezzar was lost, even though he had it all. He needed Jesus. We have Jesus before us. Come to me, Jesus says. And when we come to Jesus, we discover power and wisdom, the secret of life, not by searching the universe and exploring mystical religions, but by coming to a person who loves us. And so this morning, as you come to him, ask him for what you need. Enjoy him. Delight in him as he delights in you. You'll find him the source of all the wisdom that you need, all the endurance, all the power. So enjoy him this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.